So related to this is the whole issue of contraceptives. Do you support any restrictions on a person's right to contraception?
Well, we're looking at that, and I'm going to have a policy on that very shortly. And I think it's something that you'll find interesting. And it's another issue that's very interesting. But you will find it, I think, very smart. I think it's a smart decision.
Donald Trump just showed his cards too soon, and it might have effectively derailed his campaign. We already know that MAGA Republicans aim to ban abortion federally and restrict access to contraceptives and drugs like mifepristone. But during his chaotic emergency press conference yesterday, one he scheduled and then delivered in a state of utter disarray, Trump made some alarming comments about abortion that got lost amid his rants about Vice President Harris, the polls, and January the 6th. Let's break it down. Despite his claims of wanting to leave abortion policy to the states, Trump's actions contradict this. He's pushing for extreme measures, similar to Arizona's draconian 1,864 law, which shows his true intentions. For instance, when asked about restricting contraception, Trump didn't reject the idea. Instead, he said, "We're looking at that," which reveals his lack of understanding about what contraception even means. This confusion ties into his broader ignorance about critical issues, as seen in past interviews. Now, let's look at his recent responses. Trump was asked about mifepristone and had no clue what it was. Watch the clip and notice how out of touch he really is. This isn't just about being uninformed. It's about how dangerous this ignorance can be if he returns to the White House.
Biden, and she's actually not as smart. Okay? She's actually not as smart. That's hard to believe, isn't it? Yeah, please.
Can I have a political question, but I want to ask a follow-up to one of the abortion questions.
Okay.
There are other things the federal government could do, not just a ban. Would you direct your FDA, for example, to revoke access to mifepristone? That's one of the things
So
that's
you
been discussed.
you could do things that would supplement, absolutely. And those things are pretty open and you may.
When Trump was asked about mifepristone, his response was vague and evasive, saying things were open and humane, without showing any real understanding. It's clear he's just winging it, much like in past interviews, where he's fumbled through answers. This highlights a troubling fact: Trump lacks any moral principles on abortion, or anything else for that matter. His stance is purely strategic, aimed at pandering to evangelicals. If promising to ban contraceptives will win him their support, he'll do it without hesitation.
Savannah, one other sort of news thread to follow from that press conference yesterday. Donald Trump continuing to play down the issue of abortion, saying he doesn't think it'll be a big factor in November, and claiming, as he's done many times, that the majority of Americans supported the overturning of Roe v. Wade. That's something the polling says he's just wrong about. He also suggested that he would be open to banning the use of mifepristone. That's the key drug used in a medication abortion. That answer already drawing a lot of attention from abortion rights groups.
People on Twitter are pointing out that if any other candidate gave such a disjointed and incoherent response, their entire campaign would be in shambles. Remember Howard Dean's infamous scream in 2004? Now, Trump's daily blunders are even worse, and it seems nobody's batting an eye. Garrett Hawk shared a clip of his exchange with Trump on mifepristone that went viral, showing Trump's complete lack of understanding about the drug. His answer was baffling, full of vague and contradictory statements that made no sense. Trump's incoherence isn't just a minor issue. It's a sign of cognitive decline that's been evident for years, especially recently. This decline might explain why he's been less visible. In a recent press conference, Trump hinted at being open to restricting abortion pills, despite previously supporting their availability. His muddled position is ripe for attack ads from the Harris campaign. Trump's press conference seemed designed to overshadow Vice President Harris and Tim Walz's important event in Detroit. It's crucial to highlight their strong performances. If you think so too, don't forget to like the video.
Is what we know. All the things that make me mad about those other guys and all the things they do wrong, the one thing that I will not forgive them for is they try to steal the joy from this country. They try and steal the joy. But you know what? You know what? Our next president brings the joy. She emanates the joy.
Tim Walz has been impressive, especially when discussing Trump's attempts to undermine the 2020 election. However, it seems the Harris campaign is consciously steering clear of focusing on the January the 6th events and threats to democracy. While Biden's campaign heavily emphasized democracy versus authoritarianism, Harris is opting for a forward-looking approach. They're focusing on positive messaging and appealing to voters with practical concerns, like the economy, rather than rehashing past controversies. It's a strategic move to avoid alienating swing voters, even if it means not delving deeply into January the 6th.
By the way, we got about 91 days, and I keep telling people this, 91 days. My God, you can do anything for 91 days. 90. Christ, I haven't slept in 24 hours. You You know why? We'll sleep when we're dead. We'll sleep when we're dead. Get it done.
True, he gives such football coach energy, and I know he was, but like that is the exact type of language, the wording that coaches would use back in high school to work everybody up, and it's working. He's the perfect addition to this campaign. If you agree, make sure you leave a like on this video, comment a blue heart, hit that subscribe button. I love that you're a part of this community, but most importantly, have a great rest of your day. Thank God it's Friday, heading into a beautiful weekend. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.
Today's analysis. We explored Donald Trump's recent chaotic press conference, where his incoherent responses highlighted a troubling lack of understanding on key issues like abortion and mifepristone. Trump's confusion and cognitive decline are becoming increasingly evident, undermining his credibility. Despite his attempts to shift focus from VP Harris and Tim Walz's impactful speeches, his blunders and controversial statements are a clear sign of his campaign's turmoil. Meanwhile, the Harris campaign is wisely focusing on a forward-looking message, avoiding past controversies to appeal to swing voters with practical issues like the economy. So, that wraps up our deep dive into Trump's latest fiasco and the strategic moves of the Harris campaign. Trump's disarray and confusing responses highlight the stark contrast between his campaign's disintegration and Harris' forward-thinking approach. What do you think of Trump's handling of key issues and the Harris campaign's strategy? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to like and subscribe for more insightful analysis. Thanks for watching.